Are you ready for marriage? And do you have the right motive for why you want to be married? Before I get into the video message, let me tell you this. If you desire marriage in the times that we live in, that is a great thing. It's a beautiful thing and it's an awesome thing. Because in the word of God, God is saying in the last days that there are going to be people who refuse to marry. And you guys see a lot of people, they will make it like marriage is a bad thing. They will make it like marriage is a curse. They will make it like you are stupid to marry somebody. Again, especially in the times that we live in. Let me also tell you that for those of you who have never been married in your life, I want every one of you, if it's in the will of God, to experience that. I want you to experience someone that thinks you are all that and a bag of chips. I want you to feel safe with someone, and I want someone to come into your life that truly and genuinely loves you. They protect you, they care about you, and they are not embarrassed or ashamed of you. If you have never experienced that, as far as being married, I want you all to experience that. But let me tell you all why I'm making a video message. I asked you, are you really ready for marriage? And do you have the right motive for why you want to be married? Because now people are also desiring marriage, and they it's not coming from a pure place. Some people unfortunately desire marriage because they have a point to prove. And if any one of you have been mistreated and abused in maybe your last marriage or just a relationship period, and you had that ex tell you that nobody would ever want you, that you are not of any quality, and that you would never be with anybody else after them, I know that sometimes you may get to a place where you want to prove to them that someone is feeling you. You want to prove to them that someone loves you, and you want to prove to them that you are worthy to be married. Some people have a mentality and an attitude where, you know what, you didn't put the ring on my finger, but he did. Oh, well, I didn't put the ring on your finger, but I put the ring on her finger. And I'm here to tell you, my beautiful brothers and sisters, if this is your mentality, if this is going on in your spirit, and if that is the motive for why you want marriage, you are wrong. If you have that attitude, that is not of God. It is not coming from God. So search your heart, search your spirit, and make sure you have the right attitude and the right motive for why you want it. You don't just go out here and seek and search to get married because you want to prove something to your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend or an ex-husband or an ex-wife. That's number one. Number two, some of you all, you want, because we are in a time and a generation where social media is booming. A lot of people are on their social media platforms, and again, when ego is involved and when arrogance is involved, and you don't have the right spirit for why you are doing certain things, even posting certain things, some of you all may just want to be married because you want to stunt on your Facebook friends. You want to prove something to them. Okay, and so you feel like all the Facebook friends that have seen me be single for a long time, all my family members that have seen me be single for a long time, I wasn't dating, I didn't have a boyfriend, I didn't have a girlfriend. Look, now I want to show off my ring. I want to say this my husband. I want to say that's wifey. And that's great. If you're happy and if that's the direction you want to go in, it's beautiful. But all I'm saying, just hear me when I say, just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Because let me explain something to you about social media. A lot of people on social media, they are not rocking with you like you think they are. A lot of people that follow you or they're subscribed to you on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, they don't like you the way that you think they do. And I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna just tell you this one thing and get back to the message, the point of it. On social media, you will have people that are following you for years, okay, and they never like anything, they never share anything. If you put up your business, business and you ask them, hey, share this on your page. Hey, can you give donations? I got a foundation I'm starting. I got a restaurant that I'm opening. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. They will not budge. They will not move. And if you advertise your business and you got 2, 3, 4, 5,000 friends, they may only give you might get like 25 or 30 likes. Okay. And so if you are just trying to get married because you want to prove something to them, they still probably won't care. And if they tune in to your wedding video or to your wedding photos, it's strictly to be nosy. One thing that's creepy to me about a lot of people on Facebook, people will be following you for years and friends with you for years. And again, they don't like, they don't share, they don't donate if you have a business or something that you're trying to do. But the minute somebody in your family passes away, people that never like a comment on anything, they appear in your comment section. You look at the reactions and you get a reaction from people that never have anything to say to you until the bad times come. Your house burnt down. Now you getting all these care emojis and hearts from people and sad faces. Someone passes away in your family and they're telling you my condolences. They're telling you I'm praying for you. Or you're going through a divorce and you mention that in the post, then everybody's coming up there. Oh, I hate this. I'm going to be praying for you, bro. I'm going to be praying for you, sis. So all I'm saying is that I'm saying that just to prove a point of how social media works. People are not into you like that. People don't love you like that. A lot of people are not feeling you like you think they do. It's not at the level that you probably think that it is. So if you, again, back to the point of the message, if you are getting married just to stunt for your Facebook audience, all I'm saying is that you might be posting this stuff and people still really don't care about you. You got to get out your ego. Stop trying to do things and become successful or attain certain things to impress people that are watching you and following you. Okay? Let me also tell you guys, don't try to get married just because of the glitz and glamour of it all. You just want to show off the 20 or 25 or $50,000 dress that you bought. You want to show off the huge venue that you and your soon-to-be spouse paid for. You want to show how fine your wife or your husband is. Because listen, when you get married, people see. They'll see you when you pop out and when you live in your life. The word will get around. People will know. Okay, your family's gonna talk about it. Your friends are gonna talk about it. People that know you and love you and care about you for real, that are genuinely happy for you, they're gonna talk about it. They're gonna take pictures. It's gonna be out. It's not gonna be a secret. All I'm telling you all is that if you desire marriage, make sure it's coming from a pure place. Okay? Make sure it's coming from a pure place. And then I want to tell you all before I end this video message, make sure you're ready for marriage. Make sure you're ready for marriage. God is speaking to a lot of his vessels, and a lot of people are coming confirming what you probably already know or what God told you. And if this is something that I say all the time, I've said it in a few videos, if God really spoke that to you, make sure you're ready for that. Make sure you and your soon-to-be spouse or the person who is courting you, make sure you guys are in counseling or some type of therapy. Make sure you are not a deceptive type of person. You have to get naked with the person you are connecting to. I'm not talking about physically naked. I'm talking about spiritually naked. Tell them who you really are. Let them see who you are when you don't get your way. Let them see who you are when you become highly stressed, when you're depressed, when you're angry. Let them see how you act when maybe you lose your job and you don't have a lot of money. You cannot fake and act like you're one way and then a cat comes out the bag after marriage and your husband is looking at you like, wow, I didn't even know you was like this. Or your wife is looking at you like, wow, I didn't even know he was like this. You got to tell it all. The good, the bad, and the ugly. You all have to stop going into these relationships and these marriages deceiving the one that you are going to spend the rest of your life with. I'm telling you all the truth. A lot of people, okay, you see it with celebrities all the time. You see the glitz, you see the glamour. You see the Instagram videos, you see the pictures, but then when stuff hits the fan, you see it all on TV. You see it on different platforms. They talking about it. You see it on the news. You see it on their personal Instagram pages when stuff hits the fan. And if a little information creeps out as to why they got the divorce or they're going through a divorce, you'll start hearing shocking things about them. Now, I'm not saying it's all true, because gossip bloggers, they talk about that, and people gonna say stuff. You don't really know what the truth is. Only they know, and only God knows. But all I'm saying to you guys is a lot of these people go to divorce because it was things about their spouse they did not know before they married them. Had they knew about it in the beginning before they got married, they probably would not have married them. The engagement probably would have been off. Marriage exposes you. Marriage exposes who you really are. You're going to get to a level of comfort in your marriage, and your husband is going to see who you really are, ladies. Your wife is going to see who you really are, fellas. And all I'm saying is that make sure you're ready for that. If you have the tendency to cheat, and if that is not burned out of you, and if that is not all out of you, you need to be telling your soon-to-be spouse that. You need to tell them, you know what? Every relationship I had, even in my old marriage, I cheated. I was a cheater. I did. I'm not gonna say I repented from it. I'm not gonna say I got delivered from it, or I even went to counseling about it. But that's what I did, and I'm saying that to you guys because even though some of you all are not cheating now, and you're dating someone or you're going to marriage, how can you be so sure that after you're married, when times get tough, and I'm telling you all, the fire is gonna come in your marriage. This is not me being negative. Your marriage will be tried and tested, and the enemy will raise his head. Okay, whether it's in the beginning of marriage, the middle of marriage, or towards the latter part, when it gets up in years of you being married. But are you the type of person, man, when your wife is not being the lovely woman she was when you were courting her? Are you the type, or if she's going through some mental health issues, or her body not right, she put on a lot of weight and she dealing with some insecurity issues and she don't want to make love, are you the type that will go out and have sex with another woman or numerous women? Okay, and women, I'm gonna ask you the same thing. Are you the type that'll call that ex-boyfriend or text or email that ex-boyfriend because your husband said something to you that you didn't like, or he didn't buy you what you wanted him to buy you? And you know it's an ex-boyfriend that told you, I will always love you, I respect you, Mary, I don't want to get in the middle of that, but anytime you need something, hit my line, call me. I gotta put this stuff out here to you all because excuse me, I don't want you all in this dreamland and this fake fantasy. And if other men and women of God are not telling you all this, they need to have these serious conversations with you. Take it from a woman that was married before. I know if you act one way before marriage, it gets exposed after marriage. So all I'm saying is that make sure you're ready for it. How do you get ready for marriage? You need to be in God's face. You need to be fasting. You need to be praying. You need to be telling God, God, this is my issue. The Bible says those who worship me must worship me in spirit and truth. You must tap into the spirit of God, and you must be truthful about who you are, because he is the only one that can deliver you and set you free and wash you. And I'm not saying when you get married that every single thing you did in your life and how ugly you were, that you got to tell your spouse every single little thing. Okay? If you gave that stuff to God and God forgave you, and he threw it in the sea of forgetfulness, that's in the Bible, then you don't have to be worried about that. But if some of you all, you know that it's something in you and you know it's not done away with, it's suppressed, and you're hiding that, all I'm saying is that you need to be going to God about that issue. You need to be going to God about those issues within you. I'm not saying marriage is going to be perfect. I'm not saying you got to be this perfect put together woman or this perfect put together man. But what I'm saying is that if you got a lot of stuff that you dealing with and you battling with, and your soon to be spouse or the spouse you desire to marry does not know about this stuff. Don't you dare go into their union being deceptive, making them believe that you are one way, and 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 years into marriage, they get devastated and heartbroken because something about you comes to the surface. I'm here to tell you, when you marry, you got to keep your spouse on the altar. You got to pray with your husband. You have to pray with your wife. You have to pray with your children. Marriage is not a joke. Marriage is not a game. Again, if you desire marriage, that is a beautiful thing, because now people are shaming you if you desire marriage, if you're getting married, and if that's truly something you want. People that have a bitter taste in their mouth because they used to be married and it wasn't a good marriage. People who are bitter about what their ex-boyfriend or their ex-girlfriend did, or they are obsessed with social media and following celebrities on Instagram, and they looking at their marriages and how they were done dirty by an ex-husband or by an ex-wife. And so they taking that and they saying, that's why I ain't never gonna be married. I wish I would let a man put me through that. I'ma stay single. I wish I would let a woman rip me off and take all my money. I'ma just stay single. Wrong motive. Wrong attitude. Take your ego out of it. Take your pride out of it. Take arrogance out of it. When you really, really want to marry that man or that woman, you are not ashamed of them. You are not embarrassed about them. You are not hiding them. If you do post them on Facebook, you don't care about who know about it. A lot of women, y'all get caught up in that, where a man is not posting you. And sometimes that man not posting you because he's protecting another woman that he still got a door open with. And women, you do it too. You protecting a certain man that you dated or that you were sleeping with, and you not going to post your husband up there. What are we doing? Let's talk about it. What are we doing? When you love somebody for real, you don't care who know. You shout it on a mountaintop. You profess who you are in love with. That's the whole purpose of this video message. Make sure you really ready for marriage. Make sure you really heard from God and that he really told you that this is your season for marriage. Make sure you have the right motive and agenda for why you desire marriage. Make sure, guys, be pure in your heart. Be pure in your spirit with this, because this is not a game. Marriage is not a game. You don't have anything to prove to anybody. When you've been out here and you've been single for a long time, people will shame you. They will feel like you unhinged, you got a dirty secret, you live a double life. This is why you don't have no boyfriend. This is why you don't have no girlfriend. You would be accused of being a homosexual or a lesbian because people don't see you on your arm. This is what Christian people go through. People are not smart enough or wise enough to see. Like I said, we live on a different system when we are saved versus how the world live. So those of us who are still virgins, who are abstinent, who are celibate, people that's in the world, they gonna think that it's something else going on with you, and that's why you don't have no man or no woman. You weird to them. And flesh and carnal things cannot discern spiritual things. Y'all get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Just make sure God is telling you that. Make sure you got the right motive and the right agenda. You don't have anything to prove to anybody. Anything you got going on in your life, you don't have to prove to anybody. When God is blessing you and lifting you up and changing and shifting your life, it's not for you to stunt and show out for other people. It's not for you to get raised up and arrogant. Stay humble. Stay humble. Don't look down on other people who don't yet have a husband or a wife. Even though I'm a single woman and I'm not dating, and I did used to be married, if God has that for me, because see, God actually talks about you not getting remarried after you've been divorced. That's a whole nother topic. I'll get into that in another video message. But we know that we serve a sovereign God, and God can do what he wants to do. And we also understand that we are under grace and we are under mercy. That's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother video message. All I'm saying is that, guys, have the right motive, have the right spirit, have the right heart. Don't be arrogant, don't be prideful and puffed up. Stop trying to do something in particular to show out for your social media audience and to prove something to all the people behind you that did you wrong, that told you you would never find love. Guys, I want you to do it the right way. Do it the pure way. Do it God's way. And I mean that from the heart. That's the video message. Well, guys, it's time for me to go. I have some other things I have to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have been offended by anything I talked about in this video message, it's okay. It's all right. I'm not worried about it. I am not concerned because I know you will forgive me in the morning.